Hey team, this is Elizabeth here. What I wanted to do right now is share with you guys how I create a Google form. And I use most of my Google forms, one for when I make invitations to a challenge group or a free challenge or the sneak peek, a coach opportunity, or just when I want feedback from my current challengers and people are trying to join my new challenge. It's awesome to create this form, Google Forms, because what happens is it's going to save you time from having to message your people who are interested in your challenge, message them back and forth. So it's definitely a time saver. And sometimes when we're messaging people and we're forming them, and that means getting to know them better, getting to know more about their fitness goals, their health goals, what keeps them motivated, about their workout preference, what's their commitment level. You guys know that that can take up a lot of time. And I've truly learned to just accept the fact that I don't have a lot of time to sit there and message, all of these people back and forth. But what the form allows me to do, this questionnaire, is it allows me to get to know them. Like I'm the one, reading their answers, but I schedule some time in the evening to go over these responses. And you guys are going to see right now that in my questionnaire, I add if it's during the weekday, expect 24 hours before you receive a response from me. That way it allows them to be patient, right? Because we are the coach, we're the ones that are accepting these applications and we're reviewing them. So we should not expect, like they shouldn't expect us to be sitting there right there answering or checking their questionnaire. And if it's on the weekend, I include in there, wait 48 to 72 hours before you hear a response from me. And that's awesome. That's like, that right there has like lessened the pressure or the stress of, oh my God, like I put on an invitation on my personal page or on my live page. Now I have to, respond to these people right away. No, like I tell them in the questionnaire, like within the week, if you fill out this form Monday through Friday, expect a response 24 hours. So I'm going to share with you guys how I do this. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so you can see it. I'm going to walk you through the steps. If I forget something, or whatnot, I'll make sure to comment. But if you have any questions about this training on how to create a Google form, please ask, okay? Ask in the team page. It's better to ask in the team page on Fuego Fit Nation, because then the other coaches on the team who are also building their business can see, what is there, if there's other questions, maybe someone else asked the question they have and we can answer, they can just go back and look at the responses and whatnot. So again, it's very simple to create a Google form, but it does take practice, okay? And what I'll do in this training, I'll show you how I create a Google form, and I'll also show you how I create a link so that the Google form doesn't have all these numbers or, like it's not like a very big link to share. I use, it's called bit.ly.com, bitly.com. That is like, you can pay to, have a bigger service, like more service with it, but I just do the free account and I can create links with short, like, so it allows me to shorten the bigger links. And I'm going to show you guys that in this video. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Again, if you want to pause this video and you want to open up your Google Docs and open up a blank Google form and kind of follow along with me, please do so. Also, while I'm creating or showing you how to create the bit.ly link, like a link shortened. Also, feel free to pause the video, open up, a new window so that you can like do the steps along with it, because sometimes we're watching a training and we're like, I'll do it later. If you do it right there and then, that's going to be very, very helpful for you. And again, this is just practice. And I use, Google Forms, like I said, pretty, like every time most of the time when I post an invitation, I'm able to use the link on my invite. And then if I say comment here and I'll share more details, then I just send them the link and I say, hey, thank you for your interest in this in my challenge, please fill out this link, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go to my Google Docs, which I've been doing some arranging and deleting of like duplications of links and whatnot. I did share the coach toolbox invitation or the link so that you have access to the coach toolbox that I have in my Google Drive. If you go to the Team Fuego Fit Nation training page, which is www.fuegofitnation.com, you can go to the coach tools and you'll have access to the coach toolbox, okay? But for this training, I'm gonna show you how to create a Google form. So just so that I can share with you my Google form, I already have it open here. And what I love about Google Forms is that, again, you can create different types of forms here. So you want to make sure, so if you go to the top right-hand side, okay, top right-hand side, you can select what type of, if you want a presentation, if you want quizzes. Again, a general one requires, if you want to collect email addresses. Like, I really feel that you get familiar with Google Forms the more that you practice. Remember, you can create Google Forms and delete them. You don't have to share the link. And that's what I did. I practiced like Google Forms. I would create like just these Google Forms to ask questions, and I would send it to Felipe. I've been using Google Forms for about 3 years now. And I used my first Google Form as I was hosting my challenge groups. And what I did was at the end of a 21-day challenge, for example, at the end of 21 days, I give the link to my challengers. It's my Fuego Fit Nation challenge wrap up. I want to know what their experience was the past 21 days. So again, Google Forms, it allows you to get answers from people without having to sit there and actually message them. And what I love is that it creates an Excel spreadsheet, like with responses of the people who actually responded back to your questionnaire, if you want to look at it that way. So I know that you can also make like an event. So when you go to, you can choose different color palettes, okay? You can choose the privacy settings on these as well. And you can make a copy of this, you can move it to the trash. Be super careful about that, because then you're gonna lose everything. If you wanna send the Google form that you create, you can email it to. Some of you guys have received some of my Google Forms through email. And what I love about this is that you can get the link here and you can shorten it. And you see how there's like XQHE? Well, on Bitly, B-I-T-L-Y, you can actually rename your link. So, for example, mine has, share that with you guys in a second. Mine has, Fuego Fit All Access, or Fuego Fit 3-Day Refresh, or Fuego Fit Nation Wrap Up, right? So I give it a name so I know what link I need to use for whatever I want a response to. So again, here's the actual questionnaire. So this is one that I've already created. This is my support and accountability challenge group. So when I post an invitation to my challenges, this is it here. Now, a free challenge is different from this one here, okay? I normally don't do questionnaires for free challenges, but I do plan on doing so because I've learned just this past month that a free challenge, you truly, if you're hosting a water challenge or a squat challenge or an exercise challenge, the important part is that each day you have to focus on, how are you going to connect a water challenge to what you want to sell your customer? You have to think first, okay, what am I trying to connect? What am I trying to sell this week? What do I want to promote? If you want to do a 3-day refresh and you have a water challenge, well, how is that water challenge going to help you make this, like, connect your customers to the 3-day refresh? During that challenge, you have to share live videos every day, and maybe on a Wednesday or Thursday is when you say, all right, guys, so I've been talking about hydration and how this is going to help with bloating, and you give your reasons why you're hosting the challenge, and then you say, if you're wanting to lose 5 to 7 pounds, but also not only incorporate more water, but also, you know, cut back on dairy and carbs and include these things, I have a 3-day program that you guys can do right after this. It's called the 3-day refresh and so forth. And if you want to create a questionnaire for when you do, you say, okay, and after you're done with your video, you could say, if you want more information or details on the 3-day refresh, let me know and I'll send you a link. And that's when you create a quick, like 2 to 3 question questionnaire, so that you get to know more. Why do they want to do a 3-day refresh? But say for maybe you're not wanting to sell 3-day refresh, maybe you want to do the portion fix or the containers. So in your free challenges, you have to make sure that you're asking the right questions and you're not afraid to sell, because ultimately your free challenge is to connect with them, but it's also for you to make a sell, but so that you can keep helping them, okay? And you should never have the same people in your free challenges. That's like a big no-no, because they're just gonna wait until you do a free challenge. And if you have their answers to a questionnaire, guess what? If they're interested in another challenge, you can always private message them and say, hey, you know, you filled out this challenge, you were part of my water challenge, and I see that you really want to lose weight and you want to feel better. You know, I would love for you to join me in my 21-day challenge, right? So it allows you to keep that conversation going without adding them to another free challenge. You do not want to add your guests to ongoing free challenges, because that's just not, now they're just taking advantage of your time. You don't want that, okay? So I'm gonna go back to my Google Drive. I'm gonna click on new, and I'm gonna create a questionnaire. So I'm gonna go to Google, let's see, Google Docs here. Let's see, more. I gotta click on more. Google Forms, okay? So I'm gonna click on Google Forms. And when I click on Google Forms, let me see. I don't know why it's doing this. Okay, hopefully it opens up the Google form. And it didn't seem to open it. Let's see. Try one more time. Option. So there it goes. Okay, so I just clicked on Google form. All right, that was actually a spreadsheet. I'm sorry. There's the Google form. Okay, so there's the Google form. There's nothing there. You can change your colors. Let's see. You also have the options to maybe put some designs. Let's see here. This one doesn't have it, but I'm pretty sure. So that's to preview it, okay? So we don't want to preview it. So again, you type in whatever you want, whatever you want to call this form that you're going to send to your people, who whatever kind of post you. So you have to first think, what is it that you are talking about? What is it that you're inviting your customers to? That's the first step, because then you work backwards, right? So you're wanting to invite to a fall challenge. You can name, you know, Elizabeth's fall challenge, right? It doesn't have to be. And then if you want, you can add a description here. Obviously, you guys see that I have a little description, and I even added a picture, because, hey, why not? Like, this is my challenge. I want to show the people who are interested in joining me that I'm also a product of the product. But first, I need to get to know them. So you can add a description, you can add your questions. And what I do is I always make my questions, they have to answer them. Like, I'm not gonna put a question on here and give them the option not to answer, not at all. So you gotta click the bottom here so that they answer the question, because then they're gonna leave it blank. If say at the end they hit submit, if they did not answer the questions that you required, then it's not gonna let them submit the questionnaire. So I click for all of my questionnaires, my Google Forms. You see this little asterisk here? Okay. The little asterisk, that means that that question is required. Like, they have to answer it before, you know, they submit it. Okay, so you can get so creative with these forms. You can add so many different things to it. Again, here, you know, you ask your questions, and you go to the side here to add a new question. You click the plus sign, and if you see this drop down menu here, so say you're gonna ask, you know, what's your name? I mean, there's really not, that's not an option, right? That's just a short answer. So here you could put, you know, first name, and last name, right? So it's a short answer. It's not a multiple choice. It's not a paragraph. It's not a drop-down menu, right? Like, I mean, these are pretty awesome. I love this. So there's your text, and you can add an image. I love this part because you can add an image from your documents in your laptop or in your computer, and you can also access your Google Drive from your phone. So maybe you have pictures on your phone. What you can do is upload those to your Google Drive, and then you'll have those saved there. You can always add them to your form. But again, like, you can go to your albums, you can go to Facebook, you can go to your Google Drive, like I said. So there's so many ways. So you can choose an image, right? You can click anything. Let's see here. I'm just gonna add this one here, and it's gonna upload it to the album. And look, there's the image, and you can make it small, you can center it, you know. So there's, like I said, you can center the image, you can add anything to it. So if you click here, align center, right? You click here, you can change it, you can align it to the right, and you can add some wording, and you can remove it. Okay, so that's, and if you want to add a video, you can also add a video. You just grab your, so obviously you have to create the video, and you save it on your YouTube, and it's going to take you to your YouTube channel, and you can add a video from your YouTube. So say, for example, I wanted to add a video to my Google form here to give them an explanation of what a challenge group is about. Because people say, well, what is a challenge group? So not only do they have to answer these questions, and not only do I won't have to like give all this explanation through Messenger or email. They just watch a 1-2 minute video. Keep your videos very short, because remember, people have a short attention span. And so you can add video, and you go to your YouTube, anything. You can get so creative. You can do Google Forms for your challengers, for your customers, for family, whatever. You can use Google Forms for whatever you want. My kids use Google Drive, okay? They use Chrome, they use all of that. So, and then another thing is you can add different sections. This part here, I don't use it. I don't create different sections, okay? So again, you get to get as creative as you want. This is your Google form, okay? You can ask however many questions you want. You can add whatever pictures. You can make, change the colors. You can even upload a picture to change this view here. And I wanted to share that with you. There it goes. So if I go here, right, to my pictures, I can actually add a cover photo to this Google Doc. It's pretty awesome. And so whatever you do here, it's going to save it. And I'm going to go ahead and cancel this part. And if you want to preview how your form is going to look, you just click on the little eye icon over here to the top right. And you test it out. Say, oh, that's what they're going to see. Okay, obviously I didn't include, like, I should have been a short answer here. But you guys get the hint. And I just close it out, so I have so many tabs open. But again, I mean, like I said, you can ask however many questions you want. I have today's date. I love to know what date my challengers or my guests filled out the form. I want to know by when they want to achieve their goals, their first name, last name, their email, phone number, and then here are some of the questions that I provide. Okay, you can pause this to take a look at these. Okay. And look at this, is awesome. Like, you can add the rating, like 1 through 5. So you just have to learn to, like, so if you want to add like a rating, you go to linear scale, and then you can say 1 to 5. I did 1 to 10, right? How committed are you? How committed are you ready? Like, how committed are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How ready are you to start the challenge? Okay. And I always include, what's the best way to contact you? Some people love Facebook. I prefer email or phone, okay? But some people don't do Messenger all the time. They don't have Messenger on their phone. They only check their Facebook when they're on their computer or laptop. And some people do email because they're at work, and that's when they take, during their lunchtime, they take time to look at their email. So you have to definitely give people options in how you want to, they like to be contacted. and they give you options and you pick the one you want. I really like the phone call one because say like we've had a conversation and they're kind of on the fence. Well, guess what? I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them and say, hey, this is Elizabeth. You know, I wanted to give you a call to talk about, you know, you wanting to join my next challenge. And they hear my voice, and guess what? About 90% of the time, they enroll because they are hearing it from me. They know I'm a real person. It connects us, and I have this for their responses open. I have their responses open, and I get to see, like, you know, well, hey, you mentioned that you wanted to achieve your goals by so and so date, and then I talk to them about it, right? So again, good stuff, guys. So Google Forms, awesome. Remember, you're gonna go to your drive, you're gonna click on new, and then you're gonna click on more, depending on how your computer screen looks, and then go to Google Forms. And in order for you guys to create a shorter link, I'm gonna show you how to do that. So I'm gonna type in bit.ly, so it's bit.ly.com, okay? And at bit.ly.com, you can create an account. You don't have to pay for the free membership, okay? And what you do is you can go up here, you say create bit link, and you're gonna paste. So for example, if I wanted to share this form here, I'm gonna click send. Okay, let me move this out of the way. And I'm gonna shorten this link, and I'm gonna copy this part here. I'm gonna go to bit link, and I'm gonna paste it. You guys see here? Okay. So see how it made it shorter, okay? Well, now what I can do is I can rename this, right? I just highlighted the numbers. So again, you can pause this to see what I'm doing. Or if you want to grab a link that you want to shorten, make sure you open up a new window, search bit.ly, bit.ly.com. And the best, my recommendation is for you to take the time to practice this, okay? It just takes time and practice, not a lot of time. I learned how to do this like in 5-10 minutes, but it's like using it every day or every week that helps me just kind of get familiar with it. Like I already know what link to open up. I know where to go to create something. I know how to use Google Forms. If I want to change it up, I can even use it on my phone. I can actually log on to my Google Drive on my phone and grab the link in case I lost it. And remember, like I'll grab a link from a message that I sent before, and it's there already. Like I just change up like what I'm inviting them to. But again, you can change the link here. You can type in, I mean, like I said, free challenge, or you can just say 5-day challenge. Or if you're inviting to clean week, right? Clean week. And that's it. And you can type in, like, if you want to know more about why these people are interested, I'm going to create a questionnaire, and I'm going to launch the invitation tomorrow, okay? Or I'm going to invite, you know, say I created the day before, and the next day, then I invite to this. So Clean Week is about to launch. For example, right now that I'm creating this video, so a new program's launching, I want to invite to it. So I'll create a link to get, you know, see who's interested and who's ready to join the free challenge that I'm going to host. And Clean Week is really not a free challenge because I'm going to require them to get the kit, which includes the 7-day Shakeology sampler. I want them to try out everything, okay? So, and then I'll create a challenge in my Facebook community, and in that community, I'll share 5 videos, and even on my like page, and in those 5 videos, the 3rd or 4th one, I will make an invitation for them to join me in my 21-day challenge. Like, that's the next step. Like, we have to focus on connecting with them and helping them with small steps, and then they can trust us to invest in a bigger program, a program that we know will help them. So again, this is how I create a short link. You can, this link, what it'll do is, I'm gonna go ahead and close out so I can show you. These on the left-hand side here, like I said, this is, I'm gonna delete this one because I don't need it, okay? Making sure, I'll delete it in a bit. I don't need it. Let me see. So you can delete this. Well, I'm gonna have to go back and delete it. So see, I have my Fuego Fit Nation Menti application. I have, like, if I want someone to go to my summer sale, I shorten the link. if you can pause this again so you can take a look at the different links and names that I have created here. And when we do our club membership, our 14-day trial, I also have a link that says Fuego Fit Club membership. Okay, I don't say Beachbody membership, right? I also have Fuego Fit All Access, and I also have the link to the coach toolbox, which I shared with all of my team. So I also have a link for my challenger toolbox. I provide my challengers a toolbox where they can find the workbook and different meal plans and personal development books and a list of that stuff that they're going to need to be successful in the challenge group. So again, guys, I hope this was helpful. Google Forms is an amazing tool for us as coaches so that we can be more efficient with our time. And I know we're very busy, but the one thing that we have to learn is to learn how to manage our time. We're going to have to find pockets, pockets of minutes throughout the day and set time for your business to grow it. And it takes just small things, 1 hour, a power hour to make your invitations and to connect with people. And the best way to do that too is through, using questionnaires so that you can share your invitation, and maybe the next, at night before you go to sleep, you say, thank you for, your interest in my challenge. I would love to help you, but first, can you please fill out, this application so that I get to know more about your health and fitness goals, and then we can go from there. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to knowing more about you. And I say, make sure you message me so I know that you submitted your responses, and that's it. And then you go from there. You just have to be very confident in, in yourself as a coach. The next step is to connect them, right? To go over their responses, and that's a totally different video. So I'll definitely, share that as well. But again, Google Forms team, awesome tool for you guys to incorporate. I hope this training video was helpful. Google Forms will save you time, will help you be more efficient with your time, and it will help you learn so much more about your customers because you'll have the form in front of you to review it, and you won't have to be sitting there thinking, oh my God, what do I need to say? Like, what else should I ask? Like, you'll have all the responses there. And the feedback from the people who fill out this application, they love it. Like, they're excited like this. They'll fill it out. Some people take a day or two, but that's okay. That's telling me they're not ready. And that allows me to go and invite also more people. I'll write the names of the people who I sent out the link to so that I can go back and follow up with them, right? And go from there. So team, thank you so much. If you have any questions, please make sure to ask.